They say mirrors just reflect. They show us what we expect to see. But what if they see something else? What if they watch us back? This isn't a story about ghosts. There's no slamming doors or flickering lights. This one's quieter, slower, hungrier. It starts with a man named Evan and a mirror that didn't want to let go. Evan lived alone. Quiet guy, routine-driven. Same coffee, same walk, same seat on the bus. The kind of life where nothing happens until something does. It was a Tuesday night, almost 1 a.m. He was brushing his teeth, staring blankly into the bathroom mirror. Then it happened. His reflection blinked before he did. He froze, toothbrush in midair, mouth full of foam. He leaned in. So did the reflection, but it was delayed, a second late, like it was copying him, badly. He turned his head. The reflection moved in the opposite direction. Not mirrored, wrong. The next morning, the mirror was fogged, but Evan hadn't taken a shower. The room was cold still. There was no reason for the glass to be misty, and yet, written in the fog in thin, clawed lettering, were the words, "Do you remember which one you are?" Evan backed out of the room, slowly. He shut the door and didn't look into the mirror again for 2 days. But something changed. His phone started acting strange. Photos began appearing in his gallery that he didn't take. One in particular made him drop the device. It was a picture of him standing in front of his bathroom mirror, shirtless, pale. His eyes were pitch black, no whites, no pupils, just void. The background looked like his bathroom, but it wasn't quite right. The walls were lined with peeling floral wallpaper. His didn't have wallpaper. The tiles were cracked. The mirror was wider. The light was yellow, sickly. It looked like a version of his apartment from another timeline or another world. Evan started covering every reflective surface, mirrors, TV screens, even his phone. But sometimes he'd catch it, a flash of movement in dark glass, his reflection walking out of sync, smiling when he wasn't, watching him when he was asleep. At work, he passed by a window and saw his reflection stop walking. It just stayed there, staring. When he blinked, it didn't. When he moved, it grinned. His coworkers noticed something was off. One said his eyes looked too still. His mother called and asked, "Why do you sound like someone else?" Then came the whispers. Late at night, Evan would pass by the bathroom and hear breathing from inside the mirror, not an echo, breathing. Sometimes he swore he heard his own voice whispering, "Let me out, please." He started recording himself while he slept. In one video, at 3:27 a.m., he was seen walking into the bathroom in a trance, eyes open, face blank, just standing there, staring into the mirror, mouthing something. Frame by frame, the reflection began to ripple like water. Then his reflection stepped back into a hallway that didn't exist in his apartment. And the real Evan, if that was still him, just stood there, still, lifeless. He began finding notes in his own handwriting that he couldn't remember writing. "I'm still in here. He doesn't blink anymore. Which one of us is dreaming?" He tried smashing the mirrors. Didn't matter. Every shiny surface showed the same thing. Sometimes it was him. Other times it wasn't. One night, he looked into the turned-off TV. The screen stayed black, but in it, he saw himself, waving, slowly. The reflection blinked, then took a step back and disappeared into the darkness. Evan couldn't move for hours. Neighbors say he doesn't leave the apartment anymore. They hear him talking to himself, or maybe to something else. Delivery drivers say he opens the door without saying a word, just stares at them. His pupils so dilated they swallow the color in his eyes. One driver swore he looked back through the front window and saw Evan staring from the glass, but there were no eyes, just empty sockets, and when he looked again, he was gone. No one knows if the real Evan is still in there, or if something else stepped through, something that was learning how to be him, mimicking, adapting, waiting. If you ever find yourself looking in the mirror late at night and your reflection blinks before you do, don't second guess it. Don't shrug it off. Because once it starts getting better at being you, it won't need you anymore. And once it steps through, you'll spend the rest of your life screaming behind the glass, while the thing wearing your face smiles back. For more scary videos like this, please like, share, or subscribe.